Hey everybody. I just finished boxing up Joe Allen's stuff, so that took quite a bit of time. Remember I told you to make friends with graph paper? This is why I said that. This is a conceptual drawing of a Eldar building that I'm going to be making in the future. It's going to have 2 decks. So that's going to be on the opposite side, and then it's going to have facing you this deck, which is going to have that landing pad on it, right where that vertical line is below that dome. So this is kind of showing you how I work my way through the process, so to speak. Each one of those little lines or little squares represents 1 square inch. Now, so what I did is I took the graph paper, I made 1 square inch lines, and then I used those lines to draw out these structures here. In these structures here, I then cut my polystyrene, and it generated for me this template, essentially. So this template is what I'm going to be utilizing to cut out and begin to piece together the this model. So if you're real serious about terrain making, man, I mean, I sleep with graph paper. Wait, that didn't come out right. No, I don't have unnatural urges when I see graph paper. Well, maybe for modeling purposes, but anyhow. Just remember, graph paper is your best friend when you're going to be doing stuff like this. You can take an extremely complex object, break it down to a very simple format, and then you do what you do. So I'm gonna do another video today after I get a lot of this stuff cut out, and show you kind of my process of how I go about doing this. There's 2 tools you can use. My personal favorite is the scroll saw. If you look really close, probably need my hand behind it, but that blade is a 360-degree blade. It's twisted and it'll cut in all directions. That is what you want. Trust me. Especially when you're working with something as soft as polystyrene. Second tool for the job, and this is covered with junk as well, but it's a hot wire bandsaw, scroll saw, I forget what they call it. Comes from Foam Factory, and as well as, you know, the other tools. Hey Dale, I noticed you got some Foam Factory stuff. I thought I was the only guy. Very cool. So anyhow, oh, and speaking about Dale, that reminds me. They actually do freaking commercials. Can you believe that? Commercials. I couldn't believe it. And he's actually got some up on his website. I saw the one for Blue Moon Mini, and they got really sweet, like, close-ups, and they use fancy, you know, shifts between pictures and stuff, and I guess it's him and I think Lexicon speaking, and I was just surprised. I was very, very surprised. And so people out there that are in the gaming community, they're you know, they look at this as a side job or as a main job or anything like that. Or even if you want to, you know, you do stuff for a gaming group but you want to start making money at it. I mean, I cannot highly recommend this guy enough. I mean, for one, he's been in the community forever. Two, now he's got the cool podcast thing going on. So you got all the potters who are gamers downloading his stuff, and you can, you know, for a real reasonable price, you can show off your work and you know, make terrain for other people, and in most cases, a lot of them turn out to be friends. I myself flew out to New York to meet one of them. I mean, we became really good friends, and you know, we still talk on the phone and whatnot. So, but anyhow, you can never have too many friends, and you can never be too popular. So, you know, it's going to some cool guys, and you're doing yourself a favor. So, I'm gonna do it, you know, and also, you know, when people help you out, try and help them out. Try and you know, get their name out there, and that's what I'm doing. And just if you know other people that, you know, make side money doing gaming terrain stuff, you know, even though you don't, but you know other people, you know, let him know. He's real approachable, just very down to earth, straight shooter, straight talker, and just an all around nice guy. So don't let the tattoos scare you. Don't let the long hair scare you. He's one of the true dudes that, you know, lives up to the standard of truly being cool and you know, carrying the hardware, so to speak, that go with it. So anyhow, I'll show you a very strange sight. Oh my God, it's empty. Fooled ya. Whenever I build, I have a bad habit of overbuilding, and the beauty of that is that gives you stuff to work with later on. So, you're probably going to see these pieces utilized in the future. Everybody knows about bits boxes. Think of this as like a bits box on steroids. All you terrain makers out there, when you make stuff and you find out that it doesn't quite work, don't launch it. I mean, you put in all the time, the paint, the effort, the trim work, you know, yada yada yada. I could go on and on and on. Find a box, box it up, write down on what it is, Eldar, Dark Eldar, Lord of the Rings, orcs, whatever it is that you were inspired to do work on and then ended up with too much, you know, write it on a box, put it somewhere. Because guess what? As my late great friend Mike Brown used to say, you will run across this material again. He was a former Green Beret. I can't remember if he received 2 Purple Hearts and did 1 tour in Vietnam, or if he did 2 tours in Vietnam and got 1 Purple Heart. But, you know, this is another kind of extension on remember your elders. Also remember what they told you. Share it with other people. You know, life is hard when you got to go through it and learn everything the hard way. And when you're fortunate like me and you've ran into just fantastic people and they teach you something, man, share it with others. It's showing that you care and that you love your fellow man, and that's a beautiful thing. So anyhow, when you're working on stuff, don't throw it out. It'll become useful later. You know, unless you're starting to argue with the wife or something, then hide it. See all this stuff? This eventually will become stuff as well. You know, this is old Necron walls. You know, if you look back on my what is it? My photo bucket. You'll see these. I made a couple too many, and guess what? If I start a Necron set and I want to have some defensive walls, Bang, got them right there. And if I need to produce more, I have a living, breathing copy right there. I can copy that. I can copy the length, all that stuff. So, you know, don't throw your stuff out. You never know when it's going to be useful. You know, God, am I the living, breathing embodiment of that? Well, anyhow, take care, everybody. Remember to tell your friends about Dale's, especially if they do hobbying on the side for money. So I will talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.